Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still giving away a free flamethrower with every IT purchase. Yes, it does come with a fun Picatinny rail adapter, so you can mount it to any standard AR-15 like all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com and click the flamethrower button to learn more, or click the URL in the video description below. Also, planning our first live stream Q&A, going to be Saturday, February 22nd in the evening. I'll go ahead and keep you all posted, but definitely line up those questions and preps. I love answers. Lastly, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have the new Audi getting a manual option for 5 speeds of glory, but only in Europe, and less than 100 horsepower. Upside, finally a vehicle to make my Honda Civic look speedy. Now, this comes to us thanks to Motor1.com, specifically Adrian, who's a writer over there, in which he says, quote, "You can still buy a new Audi with a 5-speed manual, but it only gets 94 horsepower, which, you know a car is low horsepower when a Honda Civic looks like a juggernaut in comparison, which, again, I love my Honda Civic SI. It's got a stick shift and it's fun green colored and a coupe. And downshifting to the corner on a track, can't beat that feeling. But let's just say when you're going to straightaway on the back track, when a Mazda Miata passes you, it is a little bit depressing. Now, not to brag, but I have 205 horsepower in my 2018 Honda Civic SI. Well, I actually do have a kit and cold air intake, so probably 207 horsepower, plus a 50 more horsepower because I do cliche, yes, put the K&N sticker on the window. So, I mean, that's probably rounding up to 300 horsepower according to the Reddit users. Now, I'll give Audi some credit. Interior actually looks pretty good. Obviously reminiscent of a Volkswagen vehicle. Well, makes sense. Same parent company, Volkswagen. Now, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. It's obviously the basic entry-level trim level for the vehicle, which I actually do appreciate. There's mostly knobs and physical buttons, so you actually, get to things you want immediately, not go through 18 steps on a touchscreen like Stellantis products. Now, diving into the article by Adrian, saying, quote, "3-pedal cars are becoming increasingly rare in the luxury segment, as only a handful of automakers are trying to save the manual." To which I love them very, very much. Examples include the Acura Integra, the Cadillac CT4V, the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing, which, of all the things GM makes in their portfolio, I mean, I've driven the Cadillac CT4V Blackwing, twin turbo with a V6 and a stick shift, pretty fun. I've never, but would love to drive the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing, V8 with a stick shift. It's sad that it's the last one that GM has, the Corvette's automatic only. Ugh. I mean, that's beautiful hand-engineered, beautiful engine under that hood of the GM vehicle. And then it's also 6 figures, so unfortunately a little bit above my pay grade these days. But it is also Cadillac, so maybe in 5 years it'll depreciate to like 20 grand. I'm only partially exaggerating. Now they also say including the BMW M2, M3, M4, and Z4 M40i. You'd be surprised to hear that Audi still lets you roll your own gears in one of its cars, but not nearly as exciting as the ones you mentioned. The A1 is available in some markets with the stick shift, which, yeah, I really cannot believe Audi killed the TT. That was their fun little coupe, which, again, I actually think it had 5 cylinders and it had a stick shift option and even some turbo. I mean, you see them, they're pretty rare to find them at the track, but it is a great track toy, and they're pretty unique. You really don't see them that much. Like, if I had to own an Audi, and I didn't, let's exclude the Audi R8 because those are 6 figures if you want a nice one with a stick shift. I mean, the TTs are so cool underrated. I wish they didn't kill them, but again, emissions and all that kind of stuff, they're killing more and more fun things. Now, here you can see the exterior of this Audi, which it is not great. It's okay. Let's just say you're not going to win any beauty awards there. Now, they say, quote, "From cloth seats and manual air conditioning to blank buttons and the absence of central armrest, the entry-level A1 makes a lot of concessions to keep the price low, but you're still paying $24,000 nearly in Germany for the cheapest car Audi sells, so not exactly a bargain." What? I mean, that's not too bad. For an entry, maybe I'm overvaluing it, but personally, again, for $24,000, it's slightly more luxurious than a Volkswagen, debatably, but that much for an entry-level vehicle for Audi? I don't know, not that bad. Don't get me wrong, I'd still be scared of the mechanical bills, but I don't know. $24,000 doesn't seem terrible, but let me know if your thoughts on that price point. Now, they say that the A1 is based on the Volkswagen Polo, which makes sense, VW portfolio, which kicks off at a lower price point of $20,500 in its home market. The mechanically related, this is a funny car company name. People, believe it or not, this is a car company name. The Seat, which they're also inside every vehicle. The Seat Ibiza is also cheaper at $19,100. They continue saying, quote, if you think that the A1 is not worthy of the 4 rings, the subcompact hatchback is actually living on borrowed time. Once the current generation dies, Audi will axe its smaller model as it makes the A3 its entry-level model. Another lesser-known model from Ingolstadt, which I'm definitely butchering that, but not on purpose, facing retirement in Q2, as the B segment crossover won't be renewed either. And here you can see the rear of the vehicle, which looks as good as the front, I suppose. They say that Audi still trailed behind Tesla last year. Even the volume-oriented products such as the A1 and Q2, which the fact that they did not, maybe they did, I don't think they did. The fact they didn't include like a free bottle of A1 sauce with that car, I mean, that just seems like a lost marketing opportunity. Come on, Volkswagen. But I digress. With 1.7 million units delivered, the Model 3 and Model Y outsold the entire Audi lineup in 2024. The German brand shipped 1.6 million cars last year, down 11.8% from 2023. Let's see, click through these pictures really quick. Again, it doesn't look too bad. But $5,000 more than the VW. Now, the seats look atrocious. I mean, it almost looks like a rendering of a seat from PlayStation 2, the OG entertainment system. I mean, it's almost, I mean, it reminds me of the Mitsubishi Mirage when it comes to the actual seats. The bolstering is technically there, but it looks very, very plain. And again, this is an entry-level model, but still leaves a lot to be desired. Still $125,000 for somewhat luxury vehicle. And again, you got to stick. Again, I do overvalue vehicles that have a stick shift. I'll be honest. It's obviously one of my little fun passion things I like to look into. But yeah, I mean, most vehicles these days usually have a 6-speed manual transmission. Some even have a 7-speed, like most of the Porsches or a lot of the Porsches. And even the C7 Corvette, appropriately named, not just a 7th generation, but had a 7-speed manual transmission when they made that in the good old days, when they had the engine in front, as it was really made to be. And it also had, 3 pedals, as all Corvettes should by default. The new one's just automatic only. So pathetic. But another topic for another time, perhaps. So it is nice that they have a little Audi a little bit left. I wish they brought more of these to America. I'm not sure what the take rate would be, but I don't know, some good news, seeing a stick shift out there still, even if it's just temporary, made me smile, and I wanted to kind of bring that up today. So let me know, especially if you're a European viewer or listener, have you seen these on the streets before? And is the Audi brand more powerful in Europe than it is in the United States? Let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how to make the show better and better. Friendly reminder, Saturday night, February 22nd, I'm going to have my first Q&A live stream. I'll get a specific time out in the next couple days. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.